If that's what we are. Again, they're trying to go for peace, but this is becoming kind of a recurring theme here. The WTF this have to do with me, and we have another one because it's one small step for Ukraine and a big old boom at a dock at Novorossiysk. It's a little port on the Black Sea. We're down there. A modified version of a drone that Ukraine developed called the Sea Baby, a maritime drone. They modified it to go underwater, and they went ahead and it took out a $400 million Kilo class submarine. So it's the first one of its kind to ever do that. And do you want to guess the price of a Sea Baby?
It's not 400 million.
Slightly less. In 2024, the estimates were that like one of the variants was about 240K. So essentially, it's under $250,000. So let's say the underwater version is even 4 times as much. Like we quadruple that amount. Like that's then $1 million drone taking out something that's worth $400 million, and that's a multiplier that people at Tesla would just drool over, who's already operated 300K. Like we're dropping $70,000 on a quadcopter that just loiters around. Ukraine's blowing up $400 million submarines at a cost that's it's peanuts.
Honey Badger Stan, they they pissed on the wrong leg, man.
It's
This
wild.
guy is going scorched earth for pennies on the dollar.
Like after this whole thing is done, essentially, like they'll be able to go ahead and sell this knowledge, develop all this stuff, and just go. They'll recover really well from everything that they've learned in this war, like camouflage cloaks for infrared, like things that take out effing submarines, like the drone warfare. They've advanced that thing so many years. Like I wish it never happened, so my childhood home would still be there, but it did. But and they're making the most out of it. Like when life gives you lemons, make a sea underwater drone, I guess.
Throughout history, land war on Russia has never seemed to work. And I'm starting to think that may have been because Ukraine was part of it.
Like they had to go for Ukraine first, and it's like, huh, like that is something to think about.
Yeah, no, that turns out Ukraine was Russia's Operation Southern Spear. That is that is the whole moneymaker right there.
Slightly more than the breadbasket. It's got some hardcore killers in it.
Evidently. God bless Honey Badger Stan.
Yeah, but that's enough for overseas. We got some stories coming up here, and we told y'all we'd be talking about local things. And in case you're wondering what's happened to the Epstein files, like this moment's called "Hey, look over there," because Pam Bondi posted online. He said that they prevented what would have been a massive and horrific terror plot in Central District of California. And Cash Patel, that boy's working overtime because he's got the Brown murder coming out, the Brown shooting. He's also got a podcast with his girlfriend that was released at the same time he should have been looking for the Brown shooter. But he also said that he charged 4 people of a group called Turtle Island Liberation Front. And Bondi described the Turtle Island Liberation Front as far left, pro Palestine, anti government, anti capitalist group. And I don't know, man, TILF doesn't sound very hardcore.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have that ring that ISIS had, but if you can't trust Pam Bondi and Cash Patel to tell you who you should hate, I don't know what to tell you, partner.
I do like how they tossed in there. It's like, oh man, they're pro Palestine and they hate money. Like, well, if they're pro Palestine, maybe they should operate closer to Palestine. They're about an ocean away from what they're trying to accomplish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, also hard to sound tough when you're from Turtle Island. Um, but you know what? I don't want to judge a book by its cover or the way the title sounds. Tell me about these hardcore terrorists.
Well, Turtle Island I actually found out it's an indigenous term for North America. So a lot of the Native Americans have referred to North America as Turtle Island. I guess they just thought it'd be a really cool acronym of TILF. So that's kind of why they went with that. But There's a guy in California, the attorney's office down there in Los Angeles, and a gentleman named Bill Esili. And he said he had a press conference in there, and he kept driving the whole thing forward.